Alright, hey guys. So today I want to take you on a quick tour and test drive of the new 2018 Ford EcoSport. Now, I haven't really done any research on these at all. I really think it's a cute little car, you know. So we're just going to take a quick walk around here, see what we see. There's the dealer plate that I got to blur out now. Anyway, so this is interesting. Your trunk latch is back here. Oh, does it like swing out? What? I don't know how do we use this. Anyways, so this one is an SE EcoBoost. It is finished in this color that I don't know the name. It's gray to me. They call it smoke metallic. Now, if I can brush off the window sticker here, I'll let you guys get a better look at it. Hopefully with no, there we go. It's a little better. So yeah, 2018 EcoSport SE front-wheel drive with the 1-liter EcoBoost. It's a 3-cylinder. There's all your standard stuff and the optioned equipment on this one. It has the 200A package, which gives you the 16-inch rims. Sorry, I'm shaking. It's cold. 50 state emissions like normal for a total price of $23,900. It's not crash rated yet, which is kind of scary, but that's all right. Anyway, this is what it looks like. So it's a competitor to the Chevy Trax, but it also really, you could see a lot of representation from the C-Max in this. You do have some projector beam headlights, which are just your low beams with the halogen high beams. Here's the front of it, even though it's a little snow covered. It does have LED running lights, which is kind of nice. Makes for a little elegance, if that's even a word. It does have smart key, so you can lock it, unlock it with your hand, just pull it. Now, so we can get out of the cold a little bit quicker, I'm going to pop the hood. I don't know if it even opened, but we're going to pop the hood. It did. I always can never find the hood latch on this because they push it all the way over to the left. But yeah. So there's your little 3-cylinder EcoBoost ticking away. It's a cute little motor. I don't know how much power it makes. I'll put that in some text here. So let's take a step on the interior. Here's your door. This is just the SE, so it is the base model. You do have a little cloth pad here for your arms. Some hard plastic everywhere. A little gray finish there to make it look a little nicer. And it does look a little nicer. You have your actual metal door handles because they are freezing cold. And they are also not cheap and chintzy. I like that. They feel solid. Stepping inside, you do have an auto up and down driver front window. None for the rest. Let me turn down this heat here so we can hear me. It does have the fan speed down here and up here. I feel like that's kind of annoying. I'd rather just have it down here if anything. But that's alright. Now the seats are just this black color. I'll show you. I'll turn around a little bit. They are heated. They're cloth seats. They do feel nice. A little narrow for my liking, and I'm not a very big guy myself. And they don't feel wide enough. So, I mean, test drive it before you wreck it. Well, not wreck it, but you know what I mean. Test drive it before you put it down for how small it is. You might be actually comfortable in it. I'm just not I like big seats. I do like seats that hug you in, and these do hug you in. They just feel so narrow. I like to, spread out a little bit when I'm driving, especially long distances. But here's your steering wheel. This is your new Ford menu control. It's not a 4-way directional pad anymore. It's more confusing than what it was now. Your cruise control, which I believe is standard on it. You can't take me up on that one. And your media controls. Here's your little pop-up Audi toaster display. I really do not like this display as it's straight up like this. So it needs some adjustment, I think. If they put it on like a hinge or something so you could, click it back and forth a little bit for your liking, that'd be all right. But here is your, I almost called it my Ford Touch, your Sync 3. It does look really nice. I wish this screen was a teeny bit bigger to fill out these ginormous bezels. I mean, we have phones and stuff and computers without bezels at all on them. The audio system, it's all right. It's nothing to go, go home about and tell all your friends that you have a bumpin' Ford EcoSport. But you got your phone, your apps, settings, and all that stuff. If anybody ever wanted me to go over Sync 3 a little bit more in depth, it's all the same on every car, so just let me know down in the comments. Back to the steering wheel here. You have a leather wrap steering wheel with some side bolsterings. Here's your little directional pad, like I said. You can scroll up and down. You have your media. You press this little button, the 3 lines with the dots. Sorry, my camera's out of focus there. And you can change your, presets and all that fancy stuff. Your phone controls, I don't have a phone connected, so I can't really, do that. Your vehicle settings. And what's really cute is that they put a little Ford EcoSport in there. So let's take a quick hop through these menus real quick. So you got information, auto start stop. This does have auto start stop. It's on, engine on due to low temperature. All right. I thought it said auto start stops on due to low engine temperature, but that's not the case. Your My Key, which they still have, which is kind of like the teen driver assistance in the Chevys. Tire pressure, so you can check all your tire pressures real quick. Oil life, we all know what that is. You can look at your display, change your units, change your language, your tire pressure stuff. Your driver assistance, so if you had blind spot or any of those other fancy radar cruise controls, that would all show up in here, and you can enable and disable them as needed. Your vehicle settings, your auto engine off, so if you come out to start your car and push the button, or if you hop out the car and don't shut it off, after a certain amount of time of idling, it will turn itself off. Your chimes, for your information, you can't change chime sounds, that's sad. Just kidding, because you can't do that in any vehicle. Your lighting, you can do your auto lamp delay and your daytime running lights if you want them on or off. Your locks, how you want the car to unlock. Your mislock chirp, which is probably if you don't lock it or something. Not too sure on that. Your remote unlock, if you want all doors to open or just your driver door. I can't even tell you what that is, even if I tried to make something up. So if you want to know what that is, look it up. I'm not going to spend too much time on these menus here. And also your wipers, so you have your courtesy wipe and reverse wiper, so when you're backing up, it will give it a nice wipe. And the courtesy wipe is for when you spray off your windshield, it'll do an extra one there at the end, and then your My Key stuff. So that is all what is in there. I think I just went over it again. Here's your trip displays. You can see your trip 1, trip 2, reset your values. You can configure your view. I've never seen that. Trip odometer, timer, average fuel economy, average speed. So you can have 4 in there, distance till empty, and instantaneous fuel economy. So that's pretty fancy there. This one is your My View. So you can set up what you want it to have on it. Calm screen, I've never seen that in my life. What is calm screen? Nothing. It's literally just nothing. Your trip and audio information, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that one. I think I would use that one. Your miles per gallon, distance till empty, and how many miles you got on the trip. Whoops. Your speedometer and instant fuel. That's kind of cool too. I like that one. So it'll show you what you're averaging while you're driving there, as well as your speed. And then the digital speedometer, which I also like, but these gauges are so massive that it really wouldn't make sense to need that there. Unless you like a digital speedometer, but that's just you. So, that's a little tour of that. Tour of this real quick. This will do your audio equalizer settings, your play pause, as well as your skip and stuff, and then your screen off and your tune button. Down here we have a quite nice view of controls for the climate. You do have your fan speed, like I did mention before, as well as your temperature down here, and as well up there. Like I said, that's kind of a gimmick to me, having it up there and down here. But for those of you that, you're driving and you don't want to look down at what you're doing, that's there for you. I personally, once I get used to a car, I don't need to look down to use my climate controls, but like I mentioned before, heated seats, blank button for higher models. Over down here, we have your auto start stop. You can turn it off or on. Your traction control settings, as well as I believe you can turn off StabiliTrak if you want to do some sliding. Nope, cannot turn off StabiliTrak in this one, so that's kind of sad. 2 USB ports, a good old 12 volt. I do like having a good old 12 volt in here. I wish there was a household outlet in this one, because that's kind of nice to use sometimes when you need to charge a laptop or something real quick. You do have your hazards right here. I do like this whole center display. It does look very, very nice. It kind of just flows, and it is very user-friendly, I will say that. Over here you do have your headlights and fog light control. I did not know this had fog lights, as well as your panel dim. Down here you have a good normal e-brake for good e-brake slides. I like these better than the automatic one, because when the automatic one messes up, it's a nightmare. They freeze all the time. Here is your absolutely hilariously tiny center console. You could probably fit maybe a phone in there. It does have a little slot down there for something, possibly for your key, and then they give you another one so you don't have to reach all the way down in there for like a pen and some change and stuff. You do have a nice little change cubby here, which is what I would use it for, and then you have another one right here. So you got plenty of places to store your change. You do also have a spot up here to throw a phone or something. Here is your, again, hilariously tiny glove box. You gotta remember I'm coming from a truck. Your antenna, alright. So you have space up there to store your owner's manual and stuff, and then some space down here to store these random stickers and papers for the dealership, not my problem. On this side, you do have a lot of cup holders in this. There's 2 in the center here, and I can fit my giant 40-ounce mug of Diet root beer in there. So that's nice. It is also, it looks like it's removable. No, it is not. Sorry. Here's another cup holder for a water bottle. You could probably fit a McDonald's cup in there and not mess anything up too bad. So let's take a quick look at the back seat, and then we can take this thing on a test drive. I do want to also look at the trunk. I don't know if that is a lip. Yeah. So it does have a little splash lip there, so you don't get dirt all over it. So that is where I am comfortable sitting in this. And the back seat is actually not too bad. The headrests do stab you in the back until you move them up. I just don't feel like taking off all of the plastic. Here are your seats, same design as the front, little less bolstering. You do have a center armrest, which is very nice, with another 2 cup holders, as well as space to fit a cup here or your trash, and then a door handle. I thought that was another storage pocket. There is nothing back here for the backseat passengers to plug their phones in or anything. It's not a bad ride back here. The seats they have a stadium seating position, so they are higher than the front seats, which I do like. And yeah. So let's take a quick look at the trunk if I can get it open, and then I have a few more things up front I forgot to mention. Now, I do not know how to open this car, or this trunk. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. So you do have I don't even know how to say that. I guess that's easier for cities or something. You know, you're opening your trunk or something. I have no idea. But it's kind of like the Mini Coopers have, where the door swings open in the back. You do have the world's tiniest cargo cover here. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by how small this car is. That's alright, though. It's really hard to get back in, but it does have a rear shade for all the stuff back here. Your floor mats, your whatever you call it, your owner's manual. And then I don't believe this has a spare tire, but it does have some under storage here. Nope, you get a fix-a-flat kit and hope to God you can get going where you need to. So no spare tire. It isn't a bad sized trunk. I feel like the Chevy Trax is a little bit bigger, but this door, how it opens, is just interesting. You do have rear parking sensors as well as a backup camera. So that is nice. Now we're going to step back into the driver's seat, and I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff that I missed. So this does have the 6-speaker audio system. You got 3 up here, 2 down here, and 2 down here. That is not 6. That's 7-speaker. So manual, dimming rear view mirror, your light controls, your power sunroof control, as well as just some glasses storage. This does have a tiny sunroof. It's just very cute how this car is, but yeah, you have that for when you want to open it up on the nice days. You do have a mirror here with a vanity light that will turn it off when you shut it, which is nice. Same thing here on the passenger side. It does slide for a visor, so you don't have to worry about the sides here. And oh god, I took a turn too fast handle. Now, I do want to talk very briefly about this car and how it performs, especially in this snow we have. So, I don't know what that looks like. Probably maybe 5 inches, maybe more. But we do have 5 inches of snow here in Michigan right now. And this car is really good in the snow. You just got to turn off traction control. If you keep your foot real steady, it'll go pretty good through the snow. Now we're going to take it on test drive here and show you how it performs in the snow, since we have some, and on the regular roads. Alright, so we are going to take the 2018 EcoSport for a few little tests here. So we are in the 5 or so inches of snow that we have here in Michigan, and I just want to show you guys how well it performs in the snow. Now, it's not, going to be as great as an all-wheel drive, and we all know that. But if you do need to go somewhere, you shouldn't really be driving in the snow unless you absolutely have to with a front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive is better than rear-wheel drive in the snow, and I can admit that. Here is some fresh snow. So, it's sailing through it. It does, you can feel its weight, though, in the snow. It does sway a little bit, so you have to hope that the roads are decent and somebody has put tracks in them. But we're going to start from a dead stop here. Now, like I said, if you do drive it very carefully, you can get it through the snow pretty easily. There are my tracks from earlier testing it, hoping I don't get stuck. But I'm going to just try to do some stupid stuff here, just for the purpose of seeing how safe it is in the snow. I just tried to swerve there, and it wasn't too bad. Taking a turn, it does, you do know the oversteer is there. It's a front wheel drive, you gotta expect it. I feel like the all-wheel drive I'd have more faith in, so I would definitely do that, especially with the 2-liter. It'd be a very quick car. Compared to the Chevy Trax in the snow, I do believe this does better, and that's beautiful. Now, it's, like I said, it's doing very well for how light this car is. The snow isn't thick snow, so you're not, gonna get too stuck in it because it's light and you can just kind of glide through it. Oh, there we go, even more. Lovely. Again, we just started from a very snowy area. It does drive very nice on the roads, I will admit that. You can tell how light it is, but it also is very quick. I'm not going to say it's fast, but it is very quick for the size of the vehicle. That wasn't floored, but the one thing I do have to complain about this, it does have power seats, but the seats are very, very hard to control. The knobs and buttons are very small. The steering, I feel like, is too artificial. There's really no feel at all, and you can tell when you take corners. I know it's adaptive like all the new steering is, but it gets tighter as you're driving, and the transmission's also, I don't know how much I feel about the performance of the 1-liter EcoBoost. The transmission feels very, very sluggish. It doesn't feel like it has any, any get up and go to it. I am in just the normal drive mode here, but I don't know. This is one of those things I would have to drive it for a very long period of time to see how it actually is. Getting on the highway, I don't feel would be a problem. It feels like it gets its power pretty quickly. We're gonna kick it into sport mode here and see how it does real quick. Hopefully there's no cops. Yeah, it feels like it has a CVT transmission. And once it gets to, when you let off the pedal, it just, you feel it go up even more, like you gave it more throttle or something. And I'm not too sure how I feel about that. If you're just going to drive this in the city and you don't really care about performance, I would say, you know, drive it, see how you like it. But I definitely feel as if the tuning of the trans needs a little more work than what's been done to it. Now, thank you guys for watching. I have no idea where I'm going to turn around. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will get more videos out to you guys. I do have a quick update video coming out soon about my channel and where things are going at this moment and point in time. So, like I said, comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me if you want to see some other things, you know, and I'll catch you in the next video.